may proceed.
Okay, thank you, Chairman, Representatives. My name's Wes Benedict. I'm speaking in favor of House Bill 4309, which would allow the fees y'all imposed on Libertarian candidates to be paid to our party, just like Republicans and Democrats pay their fees to their own parties. I served as Executive Director of the National Libertarian Party for 8 years and the Libertarian Party of Texas for 4 years. That's longer than anyone else. I've recruited more candidates nationwide than anyone else in our 54-year history. In 2008, I recruited 100 candidates for Texas State Representative. And maybe that scared somebody because y'all been passing bills or trying to pass bills that hurt my party ever since then. And I'm thinking, I guess you want us to join your parties. Well, be careful what you wish for. Libertarians can turn any conversation into a debate about legalizing marijuana. I live in a Republican county, in a Republican state, in a Republican nation, and my taxes are way too high. I'm against tariffs, I'm for gay marriage, and I'm for amnesty for illegal immigrants. I'm always for freedom for everyone. Libertarian policies minimize force and deliver prosperity and peaceful communities. I enjoy talking, so if you destroy my party, I'm going to come to yours and I'm going to talk a lot and I'm going to have a good time doing it. But I'd rather you pass House Bill 4309. It'll make things a bit more fair and let me focus on building my party instead of crashing your parties and taking them over and trying to turn them into my party. Now, I voted for Representative John Busey. I'm from Williamson County. Even though I disagree with him often, I would have much rather voted for a Libertarian, but these filing fees and the way they're treated have discouraged people from running in my party. I'd rather you pass this bill, make things just a bit more fair for Libertarians and other third parties. Thank you.
Mr. Benedict, you were doing well until you told us you voted for Mr. Busey. I'm just teasing. Ms. Plessa?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying y'all's testimony, and I just wanted to ask you a little bit more about how this bill will allow for more equitable political access for candidates, regardless of party. Not saying I don't want you to come over to our side, but I just want to hear more about how this will bring more equity to our system.
Okay, and by the way, there are other states where the Libertarian and third-party candidates pay their filing fees to the party. Republicans and Democrats pay their fees to the party, and then a primary is held. And so there's all this advertising, and the government spends the money so that the people, the voters, go out and pull the lever. They go vote and register. It's public information that they voted in the Republican or Democratic primary. Those primaries help build the databases for the Republican and Democratic parties. And of course, there's news about that, and that money that's spent to pay for those filing fees help pay for the voting machines, the staff that's paid to be there that works at the polling places. So that money gets spent on Republicans and Democrats. Our money just goes into the general fund of the state of Texas, and it's spent, on everything. Roads, housing, it's spent on whatever it's spent on for all parties, for all citizens of Texas.
Libertarian money is building our roads?
Not on purpose, but
Thank you.
Republican and Democratic filing fees are promoting the Republican and Democratic candidates and parties. The Libertarian filing fees are not promoting our candidates and parties. That's what's not fair about it. Now, we'd rather have no filing fees, but if we're going to have them, we would think it'd be at least fair to treat it the way it's treated for Republicans and Democrats.
And your candidates are picked at the convention, correct?
That's right. you know, if they had primaries and we were part of it, and there are other states where libertarians are included in the primaries, and the government conducts the elections for all three parties. We're not included in those. We're not allowed to be in those, and so we have to conduct our own. So we find a space or whatever. It could be a paid space. It could be a free space. But we conduct our own elections. We print out paper. You know, we print out stuff on paper at our own costs, and we document all of this. We do follow all the procedures, and if there's not a county chair, I don't think we can run a candidate in that county, by the way.
Well, I think this is a very valid bill, and I think the intent is really, really good. I mean, when I ran for office in 2022, I personally knocked 10,000 doors myself, not my campaign. My campaign in total knocked 64,000 doors. So with those 10,000 doors, when I was talking to voters, knocking on their doors, and I said, hey, you know, I'm your Democratic nominee for this seat, a lot of people said, well, I'm not really a Democrat, I might be an independent, but, you know, there's not an independent party in Texas. Or they'd say, well, I'm not really a Democrat, I'm really a Libertarian, but there really isn't anybody for me kind of to vote for. So I definitely see the validity of this bill and why it's necessary and needed. So thank you for coming and spending your evening with us and your testimony.
Thank you.
Members